Hey guys, I'm in Khajuraho for a few days. I might be pronouncing that wrong. But we're going out today to explore the temples. Apparently there's loads of old temples and ruins around here. I'm just going out to explore today and you can come with me and see some of the temples. Don't know if we'll get through all of them today, but we'll see what we can do. From what I see on the map, it looks like all of the temples are quite close together. We're in this little town called Sivagram, and that seems to be where they all are. So we're going walking today. We're walking through the streets. It's actually quite nice and quiet. It's not too crazy around here. Here is the first temple that we've come to, and this is a Brahman temple. Inside it has like Shiva ling, and then it's got the faces of Brahma on the outside. I'll show you a picture here. Just walking to the next temple. That one was quite small, didn't take too long to see.
Animals and people.
I make YouTube videos.
It's quite warm out today. It's about 35 degrees. I think it's the warmest it's been since we've been in India this time. So we're just walking to the second temple now. Say hello.
Hello.
Javari.
But I didn't expect it to be so hot and sunny. So we've met this lovely kid, Abhishek, who is kind of walking around with us. We told him we don't need a guide, but he just wants to practice his English with us, so he said he can walk around with us as long as he wants to. They actually have a day off today because it's the Mahalakshmi festival, so all the kids are off school, and he's just been explaining to us what all of these temples are. He's just explaining it to Josh over there right now. And this is the Javari temple, and it's called that because in this area around here, people used to farm beet, and the word for that was Jabar. So when this temple was built, they named it Javari temple. Very interesting. I wouldn't have known that without this little guy. The outside of the temple. As you'll see up here, I'm not going to describe what these are showing, but there's some Kama Sutra carvings on these temples as well. And I'm sure you can use your own imagination as to what's going on in these carvings. I'm not gonna describe it. It's crazy to me though, this was all built in the 11th century, and I didn't know that they would, be allowed to just carve like Kama Sutra into a temple. I thought that'd be quite taboo, but I guess people were a lot more open about it in Hinduism. Right, here's the front of this temple. About to head in. So let's go. Leave the shoes, obviously. And we have asked, and people have said that we can film inside these little temples. Unfortunately, my video cut off here, but I will explain what was inside. The main deity was Vishnu, and then at the top we had these 9 figures that represent all of the planets. So the guy that runs our hotel told us to do these smaller temples first before we go over to the big main ones. And I can see why, because, these temples here, these small ones, are so beautiful. And I don't want that to be kind of lost by the fact that I've seen the massive temples first. So definitely a good idea to start off over here and start off at the small temples before you go into the main ones, because they're just going to get more beautiful. You're not going to be underwhelmed by any of them. I'm not sure how you could be underwhelmed by any of this. Look at the amazing carvings on here. And I always say it, but I just have no idea how people can do such detailed carvings in these temples. The outside of this temple, Vamana temple. Here we've got the outside of this temple as well. I think my camera's playing up because of the heat, because it's literally 35 degrees, 0 cloud cover. I am sweating one out and I need to go find some water in a minute. My phone is going a little bit funny, so if there's a big gap in recording, I apologise. It's because my phone has crashed. It just can't handle the heat, and neither can I. We've got some Nandi up here, the bull of Shiva. Unfortunately, again, there's a lot of statues with their heads missing. It's a big shame that people feel the need to destroy such artwork just because it doesn't correlate with their own religion. Alright, we've just left that temple now, so that was the 3rd one we've done today. And I really do not think we're going to go and see the big temples today because A, it's so hot, and B, it's taking a bit longer to walk around than I thought it would. But we just want to enjoy ourselves, take it slowly. We've got a few days here, so we don't have to rush around, which is nice.
This temple is Durga.
Durga, goddess of what?
Durga, dedicate
Yeah.
dedicate Goddess Durga.
Goddess Durga.
Goddess Durga. S is goddess energy and power.
Yeah. Everyone says Josh Butler.
Josh Butler, yeah.
But I don't know him. Yeah.
Josh Butler is good.
She is very good.
Very good. Okay, this old Jain temple is a little bit harder to find because you have to walk through like this new temple first, but then you come through and you can see the top of it there. You have to leave your shoes in the beginning parts. You have to walk through all this way barefoot, and it's really, really hot on these stone tiles. The Parshwanatha temple, I'm probably saying that wrong. It's the largest and best preserved of the Jain temples in Khajuraho. Definitely tell it's one of the best preserved. I mean, fortunately, not a lot of it has been destroyed. And it's been kept under good conditions. You can still see a lot of details on the artwork. Again, a lot of detail around the outside, and some of the heads missing, which is unfortunate. So you see this statue here, which is featured in a lot of Jain temples, and this is called a Tirthankara. Bear with me, we all know I'm bad at pronouncing things. But there are 24 of these, and they are basically people who have broken the cycle between birth and death and achieved full enlightenment. I feel like burning my feet. This one is just opposite the other temple. This is the Aadinath temple. It's very structurally similar to the previous one we just saw. And this one was built in the 11th century. See, it's got very similar artwork on the outside as well, and the big structure at the top. So around here you have the two old temples, but you have many, many little Jain temples as well, and obviously the newer ones that were built over there. So there's quite a few in this little area. We just left the set of Jain temples. We ended up speaking to this lovely Jain monk that was inside, and he was telling us all about the statues that I said. It was very interesting, but we have left now and we're at the Shiva temple. This temple is known as Dulhadev or Kunwa Mat, so it has a few names. And this is the newest temple among all of the Khajuraho temples, built in the 1100s, 1150 AD. We just went inside and there is a Shiva ling inside, obviously being a Shiva temple. But the guy inside was really lovely. He was explaining stuff to us and he was really insistent on taking these pictures of us. I'm going to put them in the video here. But it's very sweet. People here are just so lovely and just want to give you information and chat to you. Outside of the temple. See, it's very well kept up. See, someone's over there mowing the grass at the moment. They take a lot of pride in keeping the grounds very well kept and maintaining the temples as well. Just all very impressive. All of the artwork and all of the effort that goes into these temples. I think it just really is an amazing, gorgeous thing. And I could see a million temples and I don't think I'd ever get bored of them because they're just made so beautifully. There's a Shiva up here. See the trident and the snake. There's another Kama Sutra right here. Again, I don't know why they're allowed on these temples, but I haven't seen them on any other temples before. Oh my god, as we were leaving that temple, I just got swarmed, where we both just got surrounded by people wanting to take pictures with us. I think there was one big group of people that had just come from Rajasthan, and they all wanted pictures with us, which is fine. It's nice that they want pictures with us, but that was a big swarm. I think Josh has got a clip of it from his phone, so I'm going to put that in here so you can see what it's actually like. Sometimes I don't mind it, but it gets a bit much when everyone's crowded around you, and I kind of got separated from Josh. I was like, where are you? So yeah, that was a bit crazy.
It's possible to happen in India. You get surrounded. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Again. Joshi. But we're leaving the temple now. We're about to walk back to our hotel. It's only 3 o'clock, it's 3 p.m. But it's been such a hot day. I get so tired so quickly. And I'm a bit hungry. So we're gonna get out of this sun. We've seen some of the smaller temples today. So I think today's been a good success. And we can go out tomorrow to see the bigger temples. Also don't want to have to rush around seeing the bigger temples before they close. So we'll just make sure we have the whole day. Hi!
Hi.
But yeah, amazing temples that we saw today. Again, to appreciate them on their own, how beautiful and how creative the artwork is, was really lovely. So it's the next day. We are on our way to the western group of temples today, which are the ones that you have to buy a ticket for. We're heading there now. Gonna have a little explore. I'll take you with me to go and see everything that's over there. So this is the Matangesvara temple, first one that we've come across. We just went inside and there's a massive Shiva ling inside that we had a little walk around clockwise, and I'll put a picture of it up here to show you, but it's probably one of the biggest Shiva lings I've seen so far. Outside of the temple, look at this deity on the outside. It's quite a simple structure on the outside, except for these deities that are on all of the faces. We are heading into the group of monuments. We just had to buy the tickets. So for the previous temple we were just at, you didn't have to have a ticket, but now we're entering the part where you do need tickets for, and it was about $5.50 per person. You have to book it online. So I think there was a little bit of a booking charge added on there, but it's about 550 rupees, so like £5 per ticket. It's not too bad. There are also guides that hang around there and they offer you tours and stuff. We're not going to get a tour today. We just want to walk around, take it in our own time and visit everything. We're just walking. You can walk to the temples or you can get the rickshaws for about 5 rupees each. But we decided to have a walk. It's quite nice, and this place is right by the lake as well. So it's actually a pretty nice walk. This is just inside the ticket gate. You have to walk through like the metal detector and then you come in here. And this is where all of the temples are, I assume. It's quite nice actually. Like the grass is really well kept. I like the trees and the shrubbery around here. It's really pretty. You can see in this area they're all quite close together actually, which is nice. They're all walking distance. You don't have to get transport between any of them. Plus it's just a lovely area to walk around anyway. Here's the first temple we've come across, the Kandariya temple. Walk up there. So this temple was built in the 10th century and is dedicated to Shiva. This is definitely the biggest temple I've seen so far. It said it was one of the largest. I don't know if it's the largest or just the largest Shiva temple. I'll let you know if I find that out later on. That's crazy beautiful out here. And just looking at it from the outside is insane. You see we have some more Kama Sutra carvings up here on this big temple. There's quite a lot on here, more than the other temples we've seen. This is the inside. See, there's more carvings on that inside of this temple actually. Right, we are done and moving on to the next ones. There was a big old flying fox flying around in there and it was quite dark, so I didn't see it at first, and it came like my head level and really scared me. So yeah, beware, there are actually some bats in these temples. This is kind of a tiny temple in between the two big ones. And I'm not quite sure what this represents. There's a lion and looks like a lady under the lion. So if you know what that means, let me know. So we've just found these guys outside the last temple and they spoke such good English and they were so friendly. They were taking pictures for us because they're photographers on Instagram. Yeah, so they were talking to us and showing us their work and everything, and they took some pictures of us, which was quite nice. And we were talking for ages. But yeah, it was really nice to talk to people. They're so friendly. It's so nice to meet people everywhere.
Yeah, it's crazy how people meet people. It can happen anytime. Yeah, really. You have a girlfriend?
No, I'm single.
You're single, yeah.
But yeah, looking. I'm being just patient and like waiting for the right.
Someone will come along, brother. Yeah, someone will come.
I'm just working on myself.
Yeah, good, bro. That's
You
the
should
best.
be a tour guide.
Yeah,
It
you
works.
yeah.
I mean, boom.
So this is,
My name is Vicky.
and we've just met at the temples, and he's walking around with us now, showing us around.
Yeah,
What is it that you do?
I am a final year physiotherapy student, and I also do freelance photography and video editing.
Yeah. I'll put his link to Instagram down below for you guys.
Thank you.
And this is
Prem.
Prem. And what is it that you do?
I do engineering. I am a second year engineering student and side hustles के लिए photography, video editing, freelance video editing, photography. I am doing.
He does amazing pictures and videos. I will again link his Instagram down below for you to check out. And we just met him at the temples as
Also,
well.
very sweet person. We have met.
Thank you, Danyavad. So we're at the next temple, Jagadambi temple this is. Now this is a big, beautiful temple. Wow. Haven't even seen it quite up close yet. This one is dedicated to Lord Vishnu. You see a few temples have these like empty spaces here, and I think people must have taken the statues that were inside, which is a shame. It's another kind of Kama Sutra set of carvings up here as well. They seem to be all in the same place on the temples. I don't know, they must have like one section for Kama Sutra. So inside here is a statue of Parvati, Shiva's wife. So this temple was originally dedicated to Lord Vishnu, but now it holds a Parvati inside. This is the Chitragupta temple. We just had to hide out inside for like 20 minutes at least because it started to pour down with rain. I didn't expect it. So we just waited inside, but it's kind of stopping a bit now. So we're going to carry on and explore for a little bit. Fingers crossed the weather holds up. So much crazy artwork on this temple. It's gorgeous. See again some of the heads that have been taken off. Some of the carvings have been defaced. Here's a sculpture of Brahma with his faces up there. This is a little Nandi shrine opposite the temple. It's still all wet outside. Here's Nandi, Shiva's bull. This is outside Visvanatha temple, just opposite the Nandi statue. And this is inside the Shiva temple, as soon as you walk in. And we have the big Shiva ling here.
You can see their heads are cutting.
Yeah, it's such a shame. And sometimes the legs as well.
Legs cutting, heads cutting. How beautiful, but the heads are cutting.
Yeah, they just destroyed it. Some Sanskrit writings. You see, you always have Nandi facing Shiva. On the outside of this temple, we've got a Ganesha here. I haven't seen many Ganeshas here, but I have to say, I do love Ganpati. We have Shiva and Parvati. He's holding a trident and the snake.
Sir.
This is the Lakshmana temple. I think this is the final one we have to see. You can see along the outside of this temple, there's all of these elephant carvings. So cute. I love elephants, and I actually love Ganesha as well. He's back from here. It's another deity here. I can't actually tell who this is, but it looks like it might have been Vishnu. So hard to tell because his hands and arms have been cut off. This is the only place in India where you'll find temples with carvings of the Kama Sutra. And like in this one, I don't even know what's going on. I don't even know whose legs are where and how that works. But beautiful, beautiful temple. Still just can't get over it. No matter how many I see, still shocks me. Alright, that was the last temple, and now we are leaving to head to the exit and go home for the day. Alright, so that was it. We are walking back to the hotel now, and it's quite noisy outside, so I think I'm gonna wait until I get home and kind of explain it all to you once I'm home in the quiet. Okay, I am back at the room now, and I'm just gonna run down everything I thought about Khajuraho with you. So I have loved this town. It has been so calm and relaxed. I've seen quite a few tourists around here compared to everywhere else that I've been, but it's not been busy or overcrowded with tourists. It's still been super chilled out around here. The villages are really nice to just take a walk through. You can get accommodation and food for really cheap around here, which is crazy considering it is quite a popular tourist place. Yeah, I just love the vibe of this area that we're in. The temples, so beautiful and really well preserved. Considering they're about 1,000 years old, they're all still really well preserved. Obviously they have some damage from when the Mughal Empire came in and defaced a lot of the statues and carvings of the temples, but aside from that, the condition of them is really good. It's also apparently the only place in India you can see Kama Sutra featured on the temples, which is really interesting. I don't know why it's not anywhere else and it's just in Khajuraho, but it was really interesting to see. So I would 100% recommend coming here if you're in MP. Definitely, as I said before, do the Eastern temples first and then do the Western temples afterwards, which are the bigger ones. It's a great place to come if you're looking for a relaxed, chilled out holiday with a bit of history and culture. Really hope that we can come back here at some point. But yeah, we're moving on now, moving on to a different location. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe to keep up to date with my travels. I will see you in the next one.